Hello everyone and welcome back to day 58 of the 1000 days of Nocode challenge. Most of us use Google Chrome and there are Chrome extensions available, right? Where you can add additional features that is not available directly on Chrome but by using these Chrome extensions. Likewise, you have mobile applications, right? Whether you are using iOS or Android, you can add additional applications on top of what Android or iOS provides. So when you're building applications, wouldn't it be easier for you to just install something and get some additional features? That's precisely what plugin in Bubble does. You install plugins and you will get some additional functionality that was not previously available by default in Bubble. In today's video, we will cover what are plugins, how do we install them, and what are the benefits that we get by using plugins. And there are 5,000 plus plugins available in the Bubble marketplace, out of which we have also contributed close to 30, and we are growing fast. In today's video, we will explore some of the essential plugins to see how we can make our app smarter and better for our users. Let's dive in. With regards to plugins, we had installed one plugin at the very beginning, which is Error Alert, right? And this allowed us to add an alert box whenever there is action that has happened. Let's go to profile page. And when we update the credentials is where we are showing the error alert. So I'll show you that. So we have this group credential here. So let me go to that particular group. This is shown whenever we click on update credential here. And once we click on this update credential button, right, we are updating the credential, okay, mainly the email ID and the password. And then we are displaying the error alert. We are giving an alert saying credentials updated successful. Let's quickly look into this and then move on to the next couple of plugins. So I'm logging in as abcd@ritesh.com and then I'll go to profile and I'll click on update credentials, and then I can update the email ID or the password, right? So let's say I'll make it as 123@ritesh7.com, and password I guess I've given it as 12345. Okay, this is already in use, so let me make this as 1234, then update credentials. Yeah, so you can see this box coming up here, and this is coming from that particular plugin. So let's explore a couple of more plugins. Click on add plugin, and then you can see all the available plugins in the marketplace based on number of usage, right? So API connector is the most widely used plugin in the Bubble marketplace, which we will be covering pretty soon, right? We have this Google material icons, which we don't have to use anymore because icons has material icons by default added now. Likewise, ionic elements, this is also not required anymore. Toolbox is basically used if you want to add some JavaScript onto your application. A very useful tool if you know JavaScript. Then we have chart element. If you want to add chart elements, then you have to use this particular plugin. Let's install this and let's go to see how do we use that, right? Once you install the plugin, you can see what are the elements available, what are the actions available, and so on and so forth. So in this particular plugin, there is just one element, which is line bar chart. In Error Alert plugin, we had 3 actions available, no elements, right? So let's go to chart element. So let's go to profile section here. So to show you the chart element, I'm going to add a new page, which can be called dashboard. Search for chart and then add it onto this page here, right? You can see a beautiful graph being shown, but we have to add the data here. So type of data we are going to use as users. Data source would be do a search for user. We will not add any constants here, but we need to use a new concept here called group by, because we want the users to be grouped based on their creation date, just for understanding how the graph works, right? So I'm going to create here the created date. I'm going to select creation date, and then type of grouping can be done exact, day or month. Exact would mean that the creation date along with hours, minutes and seconds needs to match if they had to be grouped together. I'll select day so that each user who has registered on a particular day will be combined together. And interval in days would be 1. Starting date, I'll make it as current date and time, plus months, let's say -3, right? Because I know that all the users who have registered on the portal has happened in the last 2 or 3 months. Okay. And then I'll add a new aggregation, right? And I would make it as count. That way we will get the number of users who have registered on a particular day count. I'll close this. Current points, that is every point that we're getting from here, what are we getting for expression, right? So we can make it as count, right? And label expression, we can make it as creation date, and then format it as this date format, right? Let's close this. We will see how this looks on the front end. You can see that we had registrations on November 24th, 2024, 1 registration. And then December 22, 2024, we had 55 registrations. All of this I have manually added into the database. It takes the creation date. And then on January 17th, we had 4 registrations, right? So you can see the graph neatly here, right? And you could also use, the bar chart, right? You will have a bar chart being shown here. You can scroll down to see what are the next most used plugins, right? Progress bar is one of it. Let's quickly install this. I'll show you the beauty of this. You can see that we have one element here, which is progress bar. So let's go to the design. Search for progress bar. Add it over here, right? Now, where is this useful? I'll show you. It is asking you for the percentage, right? One of the best use case is file uploader. So I'll add a file uploader here. And what I'll do is I'll go to progress bar and I'll select the file uploader here, A, upload percentage, right? And let's quickly check how this works. I'm going to preview. I will remove this debug mode equal to 2 so that you can see the progress bar cleanly. And I'll upload some random file. I'm adding a MOV file, so it takes some time and you can see the progress bar increasing as it gets loaded. You can show this in the front end for the users to understand what is the percentage of the file that they have uploaded, right? So we'll go back to the plugins, add plugins. You can see multi-select drop-down, right? Bubble's native drop-down allows you to select just one item, but multi-select drop-down allows you to add the functionality for users to be able to select multiple items from the drop-down, right? Again, this particular plugin is from Bubble themselves. We have Stripe, which allows you to add Stripe payment functionality. We have slide bar menu. Okay, we have Google, which is a way for you to allow your users to log in using their Google account, right? Again, this is a whole different functionality. We'll have to do a few things. That's why we will not look into it at the moment. We have this rich text editor. Let me install this and show you how this works. Again, you can see there are element, which is rich text input. We have events, which is a rich text input value changes, right? And then we have action, reset a rich text input, set focus to a rich text input. So let's quickly check these things and then we'll wind up. So I'm going to search for rich text input, right? I'm going to install that over here. And what this does is it allows the users to be able to select a few things. Like if they want the text to be bold, italic, underlined, strike through, and so on and so forth. You also have headers available and so on and so forth. And there are a few options available. So for example, regular or tooltip. We'll first check out the regular and then we will go to tooltip. Again, you have style complexity, whether you want full style complexity or medium. So when you make it medium, some of the options will be removed. And if you want basic, then it will just be a few basic formatting options. We'll go with full for now, and I will show you what are the possibilities with rich text editor. Again, I'll remove this debug mode equal to 2. As you can see, I can write and then I can make it bold, italic, underlined, right? I can also make it if it is right aligned, left aligned, center aligned, right? I can change the alignment. I can make it as 1, 2, 3 numbered list. I can add bullet list, anything. I can add links, I can add images, I can insert videos, right? All of this is possible. This is mainly useful if you want users to be able to add a blog post or something like that, which has all of these options available within. And this gets saved onto your text field in the database, right? Now, we saw events, right, which is a rich text input value changes. So I'll go to workflow. I'll show you where this is useful. I'll click on new. We have seen general, right? Pages loaded, to when condition is true, and so on and so forth. Now we'll go to elements and you can see a rich text input value changes. This is available, okay? And just so that you understand how this can be used, I'll give you a very simple example, which is error alert standard. And I'll add here input value changed. Now this might not make a lot of sense because user knows that they are changing, but I just wanted to show you how events can be used, right? So I'll preview this. Debug mode equals to 2 is added. That's fine. I'll say this is changed, right? And soon you can see that error alert has got triggered. So that is event for you. If you want to reset it, then you have elements action. Again, you can see set focus to rich text input or reset a rich text input. Both of these are available as actions. So when you install any plugins, you get to know what are the elements available in that particular plugin, what are the events possible with that plugin, what are the actions available in that plugin, so that you can plan to get the functionality that you're looking from that particular plugin. And those were some basic plugins that we could use in our application. Don't add a boundary there. Explore the plugins available in the marketplace and see which plugin can enhance your development journey. If you're not finding the plugin which you're looking for, please reach out to us in our community, and there are a lot of developers who would like to build that plugin for you. And even we may help you getting this plugin developed if it's in line with our plugin development journey. In tomorrow's video, we will explore some of the advanced plugins available in the marketplace, including ours. Till then, keep up the momentum, and I will see you in the next one.